The morning sun rose languidly over Fishers, Indiana, bathing the slumbering town in a warm golden glow. Detective Jeremiah, a sturdy oak of a man, weathered by time and tribulation, nursed a cup of black coffee at his usual spot, a rustic diner offering the comforting, familiar rhythms of small-town life. Jeremiah was a steadfast landmark in the sea of townsfolk, his steely eyes holding stories of past storms weathered and a resilience that marked him as a survivor. Yet beneath his weathered facade lay a traumatic past, the bitter memory of a tornado that had claimed his family and nearly taken him. The twister had left him with scars unseen, a tumultuous vortex of emotions that ebbed and flowed within his sturdy form. It was a morning much like any other, shrouded in tranquility and small-town charm, until the rumors of unusual thefts whispered through the town. Eldritch Relics, an unassuming antique shop, humbly nestled between a bakery and a barber shop, found itself the epicenter of these whispers. "I've heard they've got some sort of weird compass or something," muttered George, the town's graying barber, leaning in conspiratorially across the counter at Martha's diner. His words echoed against the clinking of porcelain and hushed conversations, hanging in the air like an unsolved riddle. Jeremiah overheard. He grunted, the lines in his weather-beaten face deepening with interest. He drained the last of his coffee, the bitter dregs coating his throat, and nodded towards George. "I'll look into it." His investigation began quietly, like the distant roll of thunder hinting at a coming storm. Visits to the antique shop were veiled as casual curiosity, his eyes keenly observing the musty corners for any signs of discord. The shop owner, an elderly man with a secretive air, welcomed his presence with a polite yet guarded smile. In the midst of the cluttered knickknacks and faded tapestries, a nautical compass, old and weathered, caught Jeremiah's discerning gaze. The compass was an enigma, its casing adorned with mysterious symbols that pulsed and glimmered with an energy unseen yet keenly felt. "Why this one?" Jeremiah asked, holding the compass in his hand, his gaze drawn to its pulsating aura. "Some things, detective," the shop owner replied, his voice laden with a strange melancholy, "carry tales of the seas they've traveled. And some tales were never meant to be told." By the time dusk fell, he was back home, his mind heavy with thoughts of the enigmatic compass. Outside, the town slept under a calm sky, unaware of the storm that brewed within the heart of their old, loyal detective. As he drifted into uneasy slumber, his thoughts were filled with the strange pulsations of the mysterious compass, the whispers of sea tales, and the sense of an impending tempest. And as Fishers slipped deeper into the darkness of the night, the calm before the storm was slowly, quietly, beginning to dissipate. Fishers, cloaked in the veils of ordinary life, hid a heart of murkier depths that only those with eyes to see, like Jeremiah, could perceive. As the detective tread further into the labyrinth of whispers and shadows, he felt the rhythmic pulse of the compass, a siren song that echoed in his dreams, insistent, foreboding. He ventured into the town's nocturnal underbelly, the lanterns casting long spectral shadows. Here, the veneer of simplicity was stripped away, revealing a world rife with hushed conversations, secret dealings, and the clandestine dance of the smugglers. One such figure, a crooked silhouette known only as Finch, became Jeremiah's guide into this world. Finch, with his sunken eyes and tremulous voice, danced nervously around the edges of truth and deception. "Rumors, detective," he rasped in hushed tones, his gaze flickering with anxious intensity. "Rumors of things coming and going through the hands of the old man at Eldritch Relics. Unseen things, unholy things." Jeremiah hunched over a stale beer, listened as the layers of the mystery unfurled. The compass's pulsation throbbed at the back of his mind, a ceaseless reminder of the surreal path his investigation had taken. The underworld's whispered tales of the compass, laden with whispers of ancient sea voyages and profane rituals, spun an intricate web around Jeremiah's mind, binding him tighter to its otherworldly allure. Meanwhile, back in the world of white picket fences and sunflower gardens, The good people of Fishers stirred uneasily in their sleep. Nightmares came unbidden, filled with visions of cyclopean structures under starless skies, and dreadful entities with eyes like darkened moons. The people woke up pallid, their hearts heavy with an inexplicable dread that lingered in the corners of their waking minds. Weather, too, as if in macabre synchronization, began to warp. Clear, sunny mornings gave way to overcast afternoons, and warm evenings descended into chilly nights. A profound eeriness pervaded the town, a sense of disquiet that seemed to seep from the very ground, hanging in the air like a specter's whisper. Even the steadfast Jeremiah was not spared. His dreams echoed the nightmares of the townsfolk, tinting his waking hours with surreal hues. His world was slowly spiraling into the unknown, transforming familiar paths into a shadowy maze. As he returned home one late evening, the town's houses cast long spectral shadows under the moonlight. His footsteps echoed through the quiet streets, ringing a solitary dirge for the tranquility Fishers once knew. His heart throbbed with the pulse of the mysterious compass, the rhythm growing more insistent, more urgent. As he climbed into bed, the whispering wind carried echoes of a sinister sea chanty through his open window. He closed his eyes, the echoes of Finch's words lingering in his mind, the rhythm of the compass filling his senses. The once peaceful town had tilted on its axis, teetering on the brink of the unknown. And as he succumbed to sleep, the night whispered tales of ancient horrors, filling the detective's dreams with the promise of an unearthly storm brewing on the horizon. Sleep, once a sanctuary for Jeremiah, had become a realm of chaos. Nightmares, filled with cyclopean structures and monstrous entities, invaded his dreams. With every rising sun, the line between the dream world and reality blurred further, turning his waking hours into a reflection of his disturbing dreams. As he delved deeper into the murky underbelly of Fishers, he began to see the town through a different lens, where shadows held sinister whispers, and the silence of the night was broken by eerie chants carried by the wind. His encounter with one of the smugglers, a jittery man named Shane, proved pivotal. Shane was a man haunted by unseen horrors, a mortal shell inhabited by a soul on the brink of madness. "It's the compass, detective," he rasped, his eyes glazed with terror. "The old man, he's been dealing with the forbidden, with things that should not be." His cryptic words echoed Jeremiah's deepest fears. His nightmares, the strange happenings around town, and the disturbing allure of the compass were all connected to an ancient cosmic horror, an entity linked to the nefarious activities of the antique shop owner. A dread, far more profound than the fear of death, settled over him. He was a man standing at the precipice of a horror so immense it threatened to devour his sanity. Yet his resolve was as steady as ever. He was the town's shield, its loyal guardian, and he would protect Fishers at all costs. Yet the compass, the cursed artifact, had already woven its insidious web around his mind. It had become a part of him, its pulsations syncing with his heartbeat, its dark energy seeping into his dreams, infecting his reality. He could feel its pull, its call from the abyss, an echo of an impending doom that was to befall his town. Meanwhile, Fishers, too, was spiraling into chaos. The weather turned turbulent, the sky a canvas for thunderous omens. The townsfolk, once jovial, now walked in a haze of dread, their nightmares reflecting their collective fear. Jeremiah, standing amidst the whirlwind of revelations, found himself becoming a beacon of hope for the terrified townsfolk. His resolve to uncover the truth had sparked a flame of courage in their hearts as they saw the familiar figure of their steadfast protector leading them through the storm. As the sun set, painting the sky with ominous hues, he found himself at the threshold of eldritch relics, the compass pulsating ominously in his pocket. His heart echoed the rhythm, an unnerving symphony that marked the beginning of the final confrontation. With a steely gaze and unwavering resolve, he stepped into the antique shop, ready to confront the darkness that was threatening to consume everything he held dear. He had ventured into the heart of the storm. The culmination of his struggle was at hand, and he could only hope that he would find a way to weather the impending maelstrom. As Jeremiah crossed the threshold into eldritch relics, a chill crept down his spine. The quaint antique shop, once a mere curiosity, now felt like a labyrinth, with shadows harboring ancient secrets and every trinket whispering tales of dread. The shop owner, a mere silhouette against the faint glow of the oil lamps, turned to face him. His face, underlined by years and mysteries, now held an otherworldly glow, an aura born from his communion with the cosmic horror. "So you've come," the old man rasped, a grim smile creeping across his face. "You can feel it too, can't you? The call of the Ancient One, the harbinger of the storm." The compass in Jeremiah's pocket pulsed, resonating with the owner's words. Its rhythm seemed to permeate the air, creating an ominous symphony that echoed through the silent shop. He could feel the power emanating from the cursed artifact. It was like holding the eye of the storm, a nucleus of pure, cosmic energy. His confrontation with the shop owner was a dance of shadows and revelations. With every word, every accusation, the magnitude of the cosmic horror became more evident. Yet he stood his ground, a pillar of resilience against the gathering storm. In the swirling vortex of dread, his determination ignited a spark of defiance. He confronted the shop owner, his voice a clarion call amidst the eerie quiet. "This town, these people, I will not let your ancient horror consume them." The climax unfolded in a surreal, tumultuous sequence. Reality warped, space and time lost their rigidity, giving way to the immense power of the cosmic horror. The antique shop, the center of the maelstrom, rippled and distorted, echoing the very disintegration of reality. Jeremiah, the steadfast protector, stood face to face with the incomprehensible entity. Its form, an abyss of swirling darkness, towered over him, its very presence an affront to mortal comprehension. Yet the detective did not falter. He held the pulsating compass, the eye of the storm, in his hands, a final act of defiance against the ancient deity. His sacrifice was marked by a crescendo of otherworldly energies. His body disintegrated, consumed by the deity, reality fracturing around him, mirroring his own dissolution. The world morphed and twisted into a surreal portrayal of the encroaching chaos. His courageous act had stalled the inevitable, granting fishers a brief respite. The townsfolk awoke from their nightmares, greeted by an eerily calm dawn. The memory of the loyal detective lingered in the air, a beacon of courage and resilience in the face of otherworldly terror. Yet beneath the town's renewed tranquility, a sense of foreboding prevailed. The cosmic horror, its arrival delayed, still lurked in the shadows of their reality, a promise of a storm yet to unfold. The story drew to a close, a somber dirge for a hero lost, and an ominous prelude to the inevitable cataclysm that awaited the people of Fishers. Jeremiah's tale was a testament to his valor, yet also a reminder of the cosmic horror that lingered just beyond the realm of their understanding. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like it and subscribe to our channel, where you can find more similar stories, and click on the bell icon to never miss one. There is plenty more cosmic horror to come from the Eldritch Tales Factory. Stay tuned, and until next time.